but let's start here with the baseball playoffs and just the way it was set up. They added the extra wild card. We got that, the way it was set up. But it also gave teams that won the division a bye. And you know this. You played baseball for, 14 major league seasons.
Yeah.
And baseball is one of those sports that you play every day. It's not like football where you have one game a week and you play 4 months out of the year where you really have to play a game, not practice. You play baseball every week. And so far, 3 of the 4 teams that had the bye and won the right to not have to play in the first round are all scuffling. Baltimore got knocked out, got swept by Texas. Atlanta's down. I'm expecting they're going to lose this game. They'll be down 2-1. The Dodgers could face elimination tonight in Phoenix, right? They're down 0-2. We lost the first 2 games in L.A. And the only team that's okay is Houston. They have a 2-1 lead, game 4 in Minneapolis. Dave, just the idea of it sounds good. Hey, we get a week off. We get to heal up the Knicks. We get to rest and whatever. Is this really a good idea to take a week off in baseball?
Not at all. Not at all. Baseball is one of those sports, Rob, where when you hear them talk about taking the week off, they're really only talking about resting the pitchers. Because the pitchers have gone through the whole season, 162 games and all the innings, and they feel like as much rest as they can give the pitchers the better. But as a hitter, Rob, baseball is the one sport that it's a rhythm sport. It's a rhythm game. That's why we play every day.
And once you're in that rhythm, you don't want to come out, right?
In the rhythm. You don't want things to change. You want to stay in the rhythm. When you go home and you sit at home for five days, you're practicing, you're taking BP. Each team has their routine, but you're hitting against coaches, Rob. You're not hitting any breaking balls, changeups. You're not hitting
and
any
it makes a big difference,
fastballs.
Right?
No, you're just hitting against the coaches. Now, all of a sudden, 6 days later, 5 days later, now I'm seeing 95, 97, breaking balls. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time to get readjusted, but you don't have that kind of time. And you're usually playing guys that have just got finished playing 2 days ago.
I looked at the Rangers like that. To me, the Rangers, remember, they lost the division, Dave, on the last day of the season. So they had to go on the road. They go on the road, and they win both games over Tampa Bay like it's nothing.
Yeah.
Then they
won 5 in a row.
Right. Then they go to Baltimore on the road, and they win those 2, and then they come home and finish it up with one game in Texas.
Where are they now?
Now they're at
the house.
Right. Now they're at the house.
And when is their next game? Sunday, I think it is.
Is that I
think it's Sunday.
So now they got a break.
They play Tuesday, so we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. They got 4 days to sit at home.
And probably not what they want, right?
Absolutely not what you want. Absolutely not what you want. There's a reason why these other teams are playing very well, and the teams that sat came out kind of flat. I knew the Braves were going to be in trouble.
Did you? Because I had the Braves going to the World Series against the Rangers.
I had a feeling that they would be in trouble if they don't get off quickly in game 1 against the Phillies, because the Phillies came out of that previous series. You saw how their fans were, and the whole lineup
was crazy.
Rob, the whole lineup was hitting.
Right.
When you got the whole line, hitting is cyclical and it's contagious.
Right.
And when everyone's hitting, you relax as a hitter. You don't have to go outside the strike zone. I don't have to do your job and the guy behind me.
Because everybody's hitting, right?
We're all hitting. So because of that relaxed feeling, we're all better hitters. We're more patient. We're only swinging at strikes. And that's what you see with the Phillies. And also, Rob, the Phillies knocked the Braves out last year.
Yeah, they did.
And the Phillies and the Braves do not like each other.
Right. And they had to feel, if you're a Philly, you had to feel good and confident, even though the Braves had an unbelievable year. You still have to say to yourself, right? Like,
Rob,
we could beat them, right?
Rob, when we get to the playoffs, I'm looking at your team, and I'm looking at your 2 best starters or maybe your 3 guys, and I'm looking at what is the success of our team against you guys. During the regular season, historically, whatever. If your pitching staff is a pitching staff that really doesn't give us trouble, like back in 2000 when I was with the Yankees, we played the Seattle Mariners. It was that calmness that we had over us with the Yankees. The Seattle Mariners won a lot of games, but their pitching staff was not dominant.
Right. They won. What they win? Like 114, 12, 14? Right.
But their pitching staff was not dominant. There was no one you feared. They didn't have Randy Johnson. They didn't have like us a Roger Clemens or Pedro Martinez, or they didn't have no guy that the other team knew, oh man, we got our work cut out for us tonight.
Right. And we'd be lucky to get him if we get him.
Right. All of us felt like there's nobody in their rotation that's really going to stop us.
Help me with this. Okay, so the layoff we already know, but when you see guys like a Freddie Freeman and a Mookie Betts scuffling for the Dodgers, 1 for 13. I mean, 1 for 13 between those two, and then obviously we know Kershaw got bombed in Game 1, looking like a rag doll and that. But when you're guys who've been hitting all year, the Dodgers have won over 100 games the last couple of years. And this is the second time they could get knocked out in the divisional round.
And two of the best hitters in the game in Mookie and Freddie Freeman. But, Rob, it goes to show you, first, how important they are to the team. If your stars aren't hitting, then you have to look for the next level of guys to pick you up. That's the sign of a great team. If you only sit back in the playoffs and expect your stars to do it, you're going to have a problem, because most teams, Rob, when they go over the opponent, what are they saying? Oh, we're not going to let Freddie Freeman beat us if we can keep him from beating us.
Right.
We're not going to let Mookie Betts beat us if we can keep them from beating us. We're going to make somebody else beat us. Right now, Freddie and Mookie are not swinging the bat well. They're not. Freddie had a great opportunity, I think, in Game 2.
Bases loaded.
Oh
right?
man, and give the pitcher credit.
He didn't swing.
3-2 hook on him.
Man, he couldn't pull a trigger, right? Dave, tell me in that situation. Are you looking for something?
Listen to me.
Go ahead.
Listen,
okay.
Rob.
Okay.
1997 World Series. Al Leiter gets me 3-2. I'm with Cleveland. I sold out 100%. I said, there's no way he wants to walk me. No way. He's got to come fastball. I sold out 100%. Rob, I'm about to go up in the rafters. He threw me a cutter, 3-2. Rob, I felt like Freddie Freeman. When the ball was halfway, I wanted to call time. I couldn't.
But you couldn't pull the trigger, right?
I did exactly what Freddie did. I dropped my helmet. I knew it was a strike.
Right.
Freddie was looking to jump on something, looking for a fastball, thinking he's going to get it, and he dropped a hook, and Freddie just wasn't. How
many of your at bats, just like a percentage, are guess hitting? Because anybody who's ever got up against the guys who throwing 100 miles an hour, seriously, you have a millisecond to pull the trigger on this. How much is really like thinking about it and guessing and going, I'm going to get a fastball here?
It's not necessarily guessing the pitch, Rob. It's putting yourself in position to be able to hit everything by the way I look for a pitch. If I look for a pitch out over the plate, Rob, okay,
and it comes out
it comes out over the plate, if it's a fastball, I'm ready. If it's a breaking ball, I'm ready too, because a ball out of the plate, I got to let it travel anyway. The only pitch that's going to give me an issue when I'm looking out over the plate is a fastball inside corner.
But you see this often in baseball. A guy's up to bat, and he's just frozen. The guy throws a strike right down the middle, a fastball, and you go, how come he didn't swing? And it's because he's looking for something, right?
Else. But what I never understand with players,
I see that all the time.
Why would you take a fastball down the middle looking for a curveball?
I don't understand that
or
either.
A split finger. I used to tell guys all the time, a great curveball, you're not hitting it anyway, because it's going to be down on the corners or out of the strike zone. A great split finger is not even meant to be a strike. It's supposed to look like a strike
and then drop out, right?
No, you get to the big leagues and you stay in the big leagues hitting fastballs. Stay on the fastball.
No, ain't nobody gonna be mad at you if you can't hit a splitter or you can't hit Mariano's cutter, right? Am I right?
Rob. This is what we say in the minor leagues. You don't get to the big leagues hitting split fingers and curveballs. You get to the big leagues hitting that fastball, and you're gonna get enough fastballs to play a long time in the big leagues if you focus on the fastball
and not be so caught up on the other ones.
Hitters get caught up in the whole repertoire of what a pitcher has. Oh, split finger, changeup, slider, fastball. They try to hit everything, Rob. And you can't hit everything. That's part of the game plan, is I'm going to focus either on a certain area or a certain pitch until I got 2 strikes.
Right.
Once I got 2 strikes, now I got to be ready for everything. But up until 2 strikes, I'm in control, is what I'm always thinking.